Hello, I'm Dr. Lance Morris, and welcome to my weekly YouTube posting. This is number 35 of a sequential series. I hope people have been enjoying my meanderings. So, earlier I had talked about, I inherited a couple of chihuahuas, and one of the chihuahuas was lost. I don't remember which YouTube post that's in, but that was a little bit ago. So I still have a chihuahua. His name is Sven. And he will try to cover my mouth when I'm laying down with his snout or the bulk of his body. I assumed that this was an act of dominance or subjugation at some level. It would seem like he intended to suffocate me. Tonight, while doing my nightly yoga routine, he did it again. This time, I was more mindful, more observant, and more relaxed. I wasn't panicked about him blocking my next breath. In this mindful state, I observed that Sven was not trying to suffocate me. He was trying to block my mouth to stop me from mouth breathing. I'm very prone to mouth breathe because of my tendency to be congested. When I demonstrated to Sven my ability to exclusively nose breathe, he would double check his effective coverage of my mouth while simultaneously confirming the stream of my breath coming out of my nostrils into his. Once he was confident that I intended to continue nose breathing, he broke away, but continued to monitor me closely for mouth breathing, which would again trigger his attempt to cover my mouth. Is it possible my dog understands the importance of nose breathing for health and spiritual development? Well, maybe yes, or at least through instinct, he was being used as a conduit for expanded consciousness to disseminate a specific message to me. Here again is an example of a daily, seemingly mundane activity or interaction being a catalyst for transcendent insight or awareness. In Western culture, people tend to mouth breathe. We usually fill our chest or upper lung fields. This is actually inefficient, promoting shallow breathing and minimizes total respiratory volume. In natural medicine, most physicians are aware of this and advocate intentional breathing. This is done by activating the diaphragm and filling the abdomen, or what is called belly breathing. This has been clinically demonstrated to induce a calming effect, as well as lowering blood pressure and heart rate, reducing tension in the muscles, boosting blood oxygenation, warming our hands and feet, boosting motivation and energy, enhancing focus, bolstering the immune system, and lowering stress hormones. When we breathe through our nose, we tend to spontaneously fill the abdomen. You can practice 5-5-5 breathing. Breathe in for 5 seconds. Hold for 5 seconds. Breathe out for 5 seconds. Hold for 5 seconds and repeat. You can breathe out either through your nose or your mouth with pursed lips. Be mindful and notice that nose breathing slows down breathing and increases lung volume automatically. This is partly due to the decreased diameter size of our nostrils. Pranayama is the yoga of breath. This is a system of breathing for both physical health and spiritual awakening. There are a variety of techniques involving different time intervals for breathing in, holding, and releasing the breath. Alternating nostrils and varying respiratory speed may also be used. The use of mantra automatically engages pranayama. With toning or chanting mantra, we take a long, slow breath in and a long, slow breath out. As the breath becomes slower and longer, there is a physiologic shift of decreased cellular oxygen perfusion, as well as a modulating influence on neurotransmitters. As we breathe, we are expanding and contracting the lungs. Mindful, intentional breathing is an effective fascial release technique. Fascial release increases energetic equilibrium, which supports wellness. Long, slow, deep breathing is one of the most important factors that influences and controls the expansion of consciousness. In my experience, as I slow my breathing down, it starts to make a tangible shift in perception. At this point, total surrender is essential. Paradoxically, surrender is always a gateway for increased control and awareness. If we start to resist, we often realize our breathing has become so slow that we feel as if we need to gasp for air. In our seeming normal body consciousness, that gasp for air is critical, as we are literally being starved for oxygen. In our expanded consciousness, we discover and realize that decreased oxygen is actually a catalyst or trigger for altered states of perception and reality. Thanks for joining me. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.